guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Felicia, everybody calls me Flick. In today's video, as you can see by the title, I am doing a kind of summary of my favourite brushes that I own and what I use them for. This was requested by Georgia, and yeah, I thought, you know what, I've got quite a few brushes. Being on statement, I have a lot of brushes, but I have a select few that I kind of go back to time and time again, and I just continue to use them. Sorry, it feels like my hair's going to come down. It's like well pinned in place, but yeah. So anyway, there is kind of no really any rhyme nor reason to this. I'm just kind of, maybe I'll start with eye and then go on to face. I don't know, but yeah, if that sounds like something you're interested in, then keep on watching. So yeah, might as well go on with face products or face brushes, so I say first. Now, it's very rare that I'll use a brush with a primer. I normally just use my fingers because it tends to warm the product up and get it in like nicely massaged into your skin. But for foundation, if I'm not using a sponge, and not gonna lie, I love the Primark sponges. I think they're great. You pay, I think, £1.50 or £2 for two, and then you can get like larger sets of them. They're cheap and cheerful, they do the job. So yeah, when it comes to brushes though, I apologise now, some of these brushes are dirty. I was going to clean them before I do this, but I didn't want to run out of time to get this stuff in before I had to go collect Kiara from nursery. So yeah, so I would normally use a flat brush. This one, it says LC Box makeup brush. It was a set that I got on Amazon. I've actually got a couple of the brushes out of that set out. I will link it down below. I did find it on there the other day, and it's like £11 for I think 20 brushes, and it comes in a brush roll, and I really enjoy these brushes. I think they've been great. I tend to apply my foundation with this, and then I will buff it in with a kabuki brush. This is one from Lidl, but I also have a couple more that I love. I've got the Primark and Barbie brushes. I also have the Skinny Dip and Barbie brushes. I have this sparkly Real Techniques one. Any kind of kabuki brush will do. This has got a bit more surface area to it, but yeah, this is what I tend to do when I'm doing my foundation. Cream products, 9 times out of 10 I'll use a sponge if I am going to use a brush. However, this is the type of brush that I will normally use to buff it in. It is synthetic, and it's very soft, very kind of movable. Again, this was almost an identical set to the other one, but John bought me this one. And yeah, again, super soft bristles, really affordable. I will link both sets down below for you. But again, 9 times 10, I will just continue to use my sponge. For my powder products, this has become my new favourite bronzer brush. Again, I'm sorry it's dirty, but it's kind of like a tapered, fluffy brush, and it's like almost like domed. This is the Primark Barbie brushes. Love this, it's great. For my blusher, I tend to use like an angled brush. This again is a Lidl one. This was out of a set though. This wasn't one of the individual ones. I think I do have one of the individual ones. It's identical, it's just all black like this one. Do not dismiss Lidl brushes, you would be surprised. For my powder, for my under eye, I'll either use a powder puff like this, a little one. I got a set of 12, I think, for a £5. Again, I'll link them down below. They were from Amazon. If I'm going to use brushes, however, my P.LOUISE 694 for under the eye, looks like this, and the 681, again, it's like a bigger version, for all over my face. Love those, really, really soft. Oh, concealer. Didn't think, again, usually I would use a sponge, but if I do want to use a brush, I'll either use this Real Techniques pointed foundation brush. This seems really small to use for foundation, like if you compare it to this one, like you can see the difference in the size of that. If I want to use something different, then I've got these two. These come in a set from Primark. This one's a very flat pointed one, and this is essentially a mini kabuki brush. I think it's £3 for those ones in Primark. And my new favourite highlighter brush is actually a BH Cosmetics eyeshadow brush. It's this tapered fluffy brush, but it is so good for just like getting it on lightly and really kind of like pushing it into the skin so it's not very sparkly. I got this set in TK Maxx, but you can still get it online from what I've seen. So I will do my best to link it down below. If not, I'm trying to remember what it was called, because I have 2 BH sets. The other one is black and gold. And this one was from Boots, I think. But yeah. Onto eyes. So for my eye base, I use my P.LOUISE 7072, and to buff it in, I always use this. Now this is a dupe for the Real Techniques metallic brushes. I got this years ago on Wish. I got a set of 3 for like £2, and they're still going strong. So yeah, you will still be able to get these. I have a variety of eye brushes that I use, but these tend to be the ones that I use more consistently. This double-ended brush, this one, that one's quite big, that one's a smaller one. This is from Primark. Love this. I have 2 of them. It says shading eye brush on it. Go and get yourself a couple of these, they're really handy. I have a lot of kind of petite brushes that I tend to use quite a lot. My main ones is P.LOUISE 124 and my Peaches and Cream PC38, PC39 and PC47. So you can see that these all have a very similar shape to them. I'd say these 2 are a lot smaller. They're almost like tiny packing brushes. But my PC47 and my P.LOUISE 124, which are the 2 that are higher up, they're very similar. The P.LOUISE one is slightly more dense, and the Peaches and Cream is a little more fluffy. But they both get really precise, and I absolutely love them, and I need to get more. Next up, this is a BH 105. This again was from another set. I got it in Boots for Juice for Fire, or my mum did, shall I say. She saw them and thought of me immediately. Love that. Other little precise brushes. For inner corner and brow bone, I use my P.LOUISE 122, which looks like that. Or this is the Real Techniques Detailer brush. Again, it's very little, very thin, but they do really well like under the brow bone and in the inner corner. They are really, really good brushes. If you want a really precise liner brush, the P.LOUISE 125, this is the flattest, thinnest brush, like liner brush, that I've ever owned, and my god, does it do a job. Packing brushes, I mean, again, this is one of the Amazon ones. I have a lot of these. I think you get quite a few in the set. Some of them, they're all, let's get them all out, shall we? Because you've got a couple of like angled ones. You get some synthetic ones. You've got a little mini version. Let's just get these ones out for reference. So these 2, as you can see, are pretty similar size-wise. One, like this one, is slightly more dense than the other. And then here you have a mini version and then an angled one. You do get, I think you probably get about 6 of these fluffier packing brushes. And then you also get some synthetic ones as well, which are really good for putting on your shimmers and stuff. And yeah, my one that I'm very glad to have rediscovered again is my little silicone applicator. I got this in Poundland for £1. You need to go and get, if you have difficult shimmers that don't want to pick up because they're like very more putty formula, or they're just being stubborn, this does the job very, very well. And also, I did actually mention this in my previous video where I filmed this look, but these little double-ended sponges, again, they're very good for more difficult shimmer formulas, like the more putty, wet ones that don't want to pick up on a brush. They're really good for that. So yeah, I know I probably rushed through this a bit. I don't really know what to say. But yeah, I say a lot of the brushes that I use them, but they're very much multi-purpose. So again, this is an eye brush, but I also use it for my highlighter. That's what I'm using it for at the moment. And yeah, it's all kind of subjective and personal preference, but yeah, a lot of my brushes, I say, are affordable. The P.LOUISE ones I get in budget boxes, or you can get them in sets. TikTok Shop is your friend when it comes to P.LOUISE especially. Apologies if you are outside of the UK. I know that TikTok Shop is currently only available in the UK, but from what I gather, they are working on expanding it. So yeah. My peaches and cream ones, again, I got these in a set. I think I got a fourth one. I've got another PC38. And I think I paid £15 for 4. I think they're like £5 each. But again, they were on offer. And yeah, I love my brushes. I do. To take care of my brushes, please make sure you're cleaning your brushes. IsoClean has become my best friend. I'm very impatient. I don't like having to wait for my brushes to dry overnight. I don't, and half the time they never are anyway. So yeah, for my eyeshadow brushes or anything that's more fluffy and has powders on it, I will use the IsoClean spray. For anything more cream based, so like my foundation brushes, my eye base brushes, I will use this one, as it has the drip tray. You pour it in and you do it in there. And a lot of people I see spraying it onto kitchen roll and then do it. I spray it directly onto my brush, and I have a towel specifically for cleaning my brushes. And yeah, it looks like a kid's painting once I've like done it and it has to go in the wash. But they always have offers. Again, they are on TikTok Shop. I believe one of Mrs. Sausages has a code. And I'll put it in the description. If I can find it, I'll put it in the description, but it gets you 20% off. They do always have offers on. I think currently right now they got buy one, get one free. Last time when I ordered this lot last time, you had like a free refill with every order, and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely worth investing in, because if you're finding you're doing your makeup and your skin's getting really bad, it's probably because of the amount of bacteria backed up in your brushes from when they're not being cleaned. So yeah, definitely clean your brushes, sharpen your pencils. IsoClean also do a makeup sponge cleaner. They do makeup resurrector. They do makeup sanitizer. They do a lot. So it's definitely worth investing in to keep your skin clean and your brushes healthy and everything else. So yeah. Hope you found this helpful and you enjoyed it. If you did, please do not forget to like, subscribe, smash the notification bell, leave me a comment down below, all of that good stuff. Socials are up here as always. They're also linked down below. I will link as many of these brushes as I can, but it may be a case of linking the websites with a brush list. So yeah, on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.